Hello everyone, we are back. It is Lil Hill, and today we are going to continue to go over the new Pokemon from the Paldean region, Gen 9 of course, but we are not going over the legendaries or the Paradox Pokemon yet. We are just going over the normal decks. So if you didn't watch part 1, go check it out. This is part 2, and we're just basically continuing on where we left off. We're going to go over any signature abilities that these Pokemon have or their signature moves. So starting off, we have Armarouge. No signature ability, Flash Fire and Weak Armor, same as Ceruledge, but it does have a very strong signature move, Armor Cannon, which is 120 base power, 100 accuracy, but it lowers the user's defense and special defense by 1. So kind of like a fire type close combat, but except it's special. Very strong move, and this Pokemon gets pretty good coverage as well. Psychic, Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, or Sphere. Looking at stats, high special attack, good defense, alright HP, a little bit slow, special defense not bad. Obviously this is going to be a special attacker, but overall not a bad Pokemon. Especially you could, as long as you're dropping this move every turn, you're going to be doing a lot of damage, so very cool Pokemon. Then we have Belly Bolt with a signature ability, Electromorphosis. If this Pokemon gets hit, it becomes charged, essentially boosts its electric type moves. I think it's 1 point, is it 1.5? I forget how charge works. No, it's actually electric move, gets double power next turn. Wow, that's pretty strong. No signature move, unfortunately. Very high HP, bad attack, so obviously it's going to be a special attacker. Pretty decent special attack, and decent defenses as well. It's just a little bit slow. Pretty bulky though. I wonder if this thing gets... it does get slack off. Cool. Thunder Wave, Volt Switch. It's pretty defensive wall, and has pretty high special attacks. Not a bad Pokemon at all. But yeah, that's Belly Bolt. Then let's go on to Bombardier, the Flying Titan, of course. Flying Dark typing with a Rocky Payload hidden ability. This Pokemon's offensive stat is multiplied by 1.5 when using a Rock type move. And let's see what Rock type move he has. Rock Slide, Rock Tomb. So not a lot of great Rock type moves, but still pretty cool, and it's good coverage. Honestly, for Flying Dark. Yeah, and this thing gets a lot of good coverage. Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Air Slash, Brave Bird. Not bad. Knock Off. Pretty good moves. From its stats, it's not very fast. Okay defenses, okay HP, and decent attack, but overall nothing too shiny. So let's go on to Brambleghast, which is a Grass Ghost type, kind of like Trevenant, with its signature ability Wind Rider. If hit by a wind move or Tailwind begins, gain +1 attack, and you are wind move immune. I have no idea what classifies as a wind move, whether that's just like all flying type moves or how that works. I mean, I assume Flamethrower is not or Flamethrower. Brave Bird is not a wind type move, but maybe like Air Slash, Wind Cutter, but no one really runs Wind Cutter, so pretty cool. Don't know how useful it is, and this is in the OU tier. No signature moves. Looking at stats, that's pretty good attack. HP defenses are not great. Speed is okay, and special attack is decent enough for like if you need to run like a special move instead of being physical. It's still definitely useful. It does get spikes and strength sap, so could be like a lead Pokemon too. Then we have Sea Titan, which is obviously the ice Pokemon that was revealed before the game came out. Probably its best ability is Slush Rush or Sheer Force. This is going to be essentially a Hail Sweeper. Has no signature moves. Looking at stats, very high base HP. I wonder if this thing gets Belly Drum. It does get Belly Drum. Not bad for sweeping for sure. And with this speed set, doubling it up Inhale with Slush Rush will actually make it fast, so you shouldn't have to be worried about outspeeding. And attack stat, not bad. Defenses are pretty bad. But yeah, at least the attack stat is good, so not a bad Pokemon. Seems like it's in UU. Then we have Dosh Bun, with its signature ability Well Baked Body. This Pokemon's defense is raised by 2 stage, hit by a fire move, and is immune to fire. I mean, this ability is not bad, but overall you're not really like, I mean, you're getting rid, you have an immunity now, but like it's not an immunity that normally like Pokemon would use on a fairy type anyway. But no signature moves. Looking at stats, low HP, which is really sad, low attack, high defense, decent special defense, and it's kind of like okay speed. 95 is not bad. Normally if you want to break, it's good speed if you break 100. But yeah, just this Pokemon is just really weird. Does it get recover? Get slack off. Very interesting, because it's like it gets wish. Okay, so it is supposed to be like somewhat Wally. Okay, cool Pokemon. Then we have Dunsparce. No new abilities with Serene Grace. New move is Hyper Drill that goes through Protect. Very strong move, especially if it's in doubles. Pretty strong move. Also has Glare, some other really good moves. I don't understand why this Pokemon gets such good coverage. It's like absolutely insane. Looking at its stats, seems like it didn't get that much of a boost. Dunsparce is 415. Yeah, he needed a boost. Wow, he actually got a giant boost. Dunsparce. Oh, I never knew Dunsparce was that bad. Oof. Okay. Very high HP, very decent attack, and decent defenses, but it's slow. Still very much usable because that HP stat is very high. And is that everything for this section? I think it is. Okay, let's go on to the next part. Next we have Esparthra with a, I believe this is a new ability, Opportunist. When an opposing Pokemon receives stat boost, this Pokemon gets the same boost. Pretty cool ability. Don't know how useful it is, because it does get speed boost as a hidden ability, which I think would be better, but then it has a signature move with Lumina Crash. 100% chance to lower the target's F by 2. This is a very strong move, because you can just, even if something doesn't even start to be, like if something that normally would be a 3-hit KO is now essentially a 2-hit KO, so very good move. Looking at its stats, weak defenses, but decent HP, also decent special attack and decent speed, so you probably are going to want to run like Calm Mind, Speed Boost, maybe Sword Power, but still a very good Pokemon. Then let's go on to Frig Giraffe. We are still in the UU tier, by the way. These new abilities were revealed in the trailer, but this Pokemon eats a berry. It will consume the berry again at the end of the next turn. Art material. This Pokemon and its allies are protected by opposing priority moves. Can't really tell which of these three are good, but whatever. Then we have Twin Beam, which is hits twice in one turn. 80 base power, special move. And it's not great. I mean, I guess you beat off some Focus Sashes, but not great. Then we have very high HP, decent special attack, very slow, and poor defenses. So that is Frig Giraffe. Then we have Flamigo, Fighting Flying, with a signature ability Co-Star. On switching, this Pokemon copies an ally stat changes, which is very cool. Maybe very gimmicky for doubles for sure. No signature move. Looking at stats, it has very decent attack, decent speed, defenses are bad, HP is not great either. Probably very gimmicky Pokemon. Then we have Grafify, which we were seeing these abilities before the game came out, but Prankster as a hidden ability is very good. Then it has its signature move, user and allies abilities become target's abilities. Is probably very gimmicky. In terms of, I mean, obviously this Pokemon is for doubles, but probably like grabbing someone's Intimidate and then intimidating them twice, or maybe if they have some other really good move. Stats very fast, which is what you're gonna want this thing for in doubles. I wonder if this thing gets fake out. Doesn't. But still gets encore and some other decent moves that you still want to use in for doubles. But okay attack. Everything else is just not pretty to look at. So let's just pretend like we're not gonna look at it. Then we have Kilowatt Roll. Signature ability is wind power. If it's hit by a wind move. Oh. Was this the same thing as Bramble Gas? Wind Rider. Okay, so it is slightly, I mean, same thing, but it's just called something different. It's hit by wind move or tailwind begins, it becomes charged. Oh, so it is different. So you basically get charged when you're hit by a wind move. Probably Volt Absorb or competitive is better, but no signature moves. Decent special attack, very good speed. Everything else is just pretty weak, but this is definitely like a U-turning, threatening Pokemon. And Electric Flying is very good typing, same typing as Zapdos. Then we have Cloth. Obviously, his signature ability is Anger Shell. When it reaches half health, it gets essentially a Shell Smash, but everything is +1 instead of -1. Hit ability is Regenerator. Don't know if that's good. Maybe it just becomes like a wall instead of a Sweeper. No signature moves. Looking at stats, decent HP, okay attack, and pretty good defense. Special defense is not great, and speed is just below being good. Like in terms of like if you got like a Shell Smash off or half a Shell Smash. Then let's look at Mabostiff. Has a signature ability, Guard Dog, immune to Intimidate, and if you get intimidated you get +1, and it cannot be forced to switch out, so it's immune to Roar and Whirlwind. Cool ability. Don't know how good it is, but then we have I don't know if it's exactly its signature move, because apparently other dark type moves get this, or I think at least Houndoom does. But I couldn't tell like if it was a signature move that then becomes egg moved or what. So but this is a new move, and if hit by an attack, returns 1.5 damage. Not a great move, because you have to kind of predict whether your opponent's going to go for a physical type move, or it's not even physical special, so it's like counter Mirror Coat but in one. That's not bad. HP decent, attack is very good, defenses are okay, and speed is okay. Yeah, this Pokemon's not bad. Are we still in UU? Okay. Then we have Oinkalone. Signature ability that the other one actually doesn't get. This one's male, the other one female, does not get the lingering aroma. But if this Pokemon makes contact with a Pokemon, their ability changes to lingering aroma, kind of like Mummy. Pretty much the same thing as Mummy. No signature moves. Looking at stats, very high HP, decent attack, defenses are okay, and it is slow. Then we look at Palmot, which is electric fighting. Has no new ability, but essentially Volt Absorber, Iron Fist is the way to go. Has a signature move though called Double Shock. 120 base power, very, very strong. But then afterwards, you lose your electric typing. So essentially, you can't use this twice in a row, I don't think. Is that what that means? Must be electric, it seems like. So you can't use it twice in a row because you lose your electric typing. Okay. This thing also gets close combat and gets this really cool move. It's not a signature move. Next Pokemon also gets it. Revival Blessing revives a fainted Pokemon in your party to 50% HP. Definitely a cool move. This thing also gets Fake Out, so this thing could definitely live in VGC and like keep a Pokemon alive, which is pretty cool. Decent special or decent speed, but like this thing is definitely usable, and attack stat is not bad either. Everything else is just okay, but yeah, with these two moves, I mean, this thing can definitely be strong, at least in VGC. Then we look at Rabsca, which is the evolved form of that beetle that rolls around. Also gets the Revival Blessing. I think these two are like the only ones that get it. Revival Blessing. Yep. but this thing does not get a new signature ability. Where am I at? Doesn't get a signature ability. Looking at its stats, good special attack, okay defenses, okay HP, very slow though. Kind of hard to tell like what this thing will be used for, but yeah, maybe like screen setter. Get screens, light screen, yeah, reflect, yeah, screen setter with recover probably. Then we have Revivroom. No new signature abilities, but it does have a signature move, spin out, 100 base power, physical, steel type move, and lowers the user's speed by 2. I don't know, like, it doesn't even seem like this is worthwhile. I mean, you only get 20 base power. Most of the time, steel type moves aren't very strong. Most Pokemon resist them, but yeah, this is okay. It's not great, but I think you might just want to run Iron Head over it. But looking at stats, very good attack, good defense, bad special defense, okay HP, and decent speed. It's almost at 100, so it will outspeed other stuff. So then we have Skull Villain. No signature ability, but it does have a signature move in Spicy Extract. Gives the target +2 attack, -2 defense. This is like very specific on like whatever Pokemon you're using it for. Don't know when this move will pretty much ever be good. Does have Chlorophyll though, so double speed and the sun, and then 108 attack and special attack. I mean, this thing is just basically meant to be a Sun Sweeper. Maybe in VGC it's not bad. Doesn't get Sleep Powder unfortunately, but not bad coverage either. Fire Grass is also very strong. So then we have Spidops, no signature ability. This is like the saddest Pokemon of this generation, honestly. They just pulled out Ariados, essentially, Gen 2 Ariados. Silk Trap protects from damaging moves, and if you make contact, you get -1, so it's Spiky Shield, but except for speed. Just bug typing, and its defenses are like terrible HP, okay defenses. Like, this thing is just garbage. I don't know why they did this to this. Like, this is like one of the few Pokemon that like did not, yeah, they just pulled an Ariados and a Ledian, Gen 2 Ledian. But then we have Squawkabilly, normal flying. Also, it's important to know that the Squawkabillies have like slight changes, I think. No, they don't. They're all the same. But the abilities are different. So for blue and green, they have Guts. The other two get Sheer Force. Honestly, not good attack or speed. I mean, okay speed, okay attack. I think it's just like really based off of its abilities. Hustle is pretty good. Obviously, you have the chance of missing though, and Guts is also pretty good. So I mean, you could slap like a Flame Orb on this. Then we have Tatsugiri, who does have a new signature ability, Commander. If Alloy is Dondozo, this Pokemon cannot act or be hit, and then Dondozo gets +2 in all of its stats. Obviously, this is for a doubles format, and apparently it's really strong. And then looking at this thing's stats, like even outside of being a Dondozo, like very high special attack. Obviously bad HP and bad defense, but you have okay special defense and okay speed. So also Dragon Water is pretty good typing. So even outside of Dondozo, I mean, this is probably not good in singles, but still not a bad Pokemon. Then we have the new Tauros form. I didn't even realize that there was a fire fighting and a water fighting. I had no idea. They get the new Kudchu, which is the same thing as for Rig Giraffe. New ability. Then they get this new move called Raging Bull. It destroys screens, and type depends on the user's form, so they kind of are able to get a good stab, fire and water move for these two. Also destroying screens is very good. And yeah, these Pokemon are not bad. I mean, Tauros is always okay. Fighting water, I mean, this was what's it called, the Urshifu Rapid Strike typing, and it wasn't bad, although I don't think Raging Bull is as good as Surging Strikes. But looking at stats, I mean, decent attack, decent defense, and I mean, it hits 100 speed, which most Pokemon are not hitting. And decent HP and okay SpDef. I mean, they essentially lose all of its special attack, which is totally fine. I mean, it's supposed to be physical, so. Then we have Tinkaton, which has no special ability, but it does have a signature move. Obviously, Gigaton Hammer, 160 base power steel move, which is so sick. But it cannot be used twice in a row. And then looking at its stats, they so butchered this thing. If they just put the special defense and the attack and just switch these, it would honestly be pretty good Pokemon. But because its attack stat is so low, HP is okay, speed is good, almost at 100, but like because the special defense is here and not in the attack, like this Pokemon is not doing much. Although it does get Fake Out, Stealth Rock, Sub, looks like it gets Reflect and Light Screen. Still not good. Good typing though. I mean, maybe defensively it can do something, but yeah. Then we have Toedscool. New ability has Mycelium Might. This Pokemon's status moves go last in their priority and ignore ability. So even though it has negative priority, it's honestly not bad because it does get Spore. And for Pokemon like Goldigo that essentially, or the Rock type, Grim, whatever that like Salt Pokemon was, you can still make them fall asleep even though they're immune to status, which is what Mycelium Might does. So very cool ability, honestly, for a lot of Pokemon that are trying to ignore status effects. Looking at its stats, this looks exactly like Tentacruel. I honestly don't know what's different. Good HP, okay defense, very high special defense. The speed is very, very good because you do want to outspeed other walls. Then we have Veluza. This is a new ability. Sharpness, slicing attacks up 1.5 power. An example of slicing move is Aqua Cutter. This is not a signature move, but this is what essentially all these sharpness Pokemon are getting. There are also other moves for this sharpness ability, but then for its signature move, it is Fillet Away, which is essentially a Shell Smash, but instead of losing your defenses, you lose half your HP. Looking at its stats, I mean, not a bad move at all, especially if you want to sweep with this thing, but 90 HP is okay. Attack is decent, defenses are bad, and speed is also kind of bad. If you want to use this move, I mean, it has to be in the right scenario. This is obviously UU. Then we have Wugtrio, who is water, no signature ability. Signature move is Triple Dive. It's 3 times, so 90 base power, water type move, but does this thing get Wave Crash? It should though. They should have given this thing Technician, and then this would have been absolutely crazy. 180 base power Triple Dive, that would have been so cool. Looking at stats, I'm pretty sure this is exactly Dugtrio's stats. Let's look. Yeah. 120, 100. Yeah, they're the same thing. That makes sense. This is probably why Tentacruels look the same too. But yeah, so I forgot 2 Pokemon. This is an add-in for the end of the video. I totally forgot to add these because they got banned and got sent to Uber. Totally forgot about that. So we have Palafin, who had the signature ability 0 to Hero. If this Pokemon is Palafin, changes into Hero mode when it switches out, which is very easy to do with Flip Turn. And obviously this stats is really bad, high HP, decent speed, everything else is bad. But when it goes into Hero mode, which it stays permanently for the next of the game, still keeps the HP and speed. 160 attack now, 106 special attack, decent defenses. This thing becomes an absolute monster. Especially, does it get Wave Crash? Jesus Christ, it gets Wave Crash. Yeah, this thing is a monster. Crazy, crazy coverage. Ice, fighting. Yeah, definitely some good moves. And then the other Pokemon that was banned was Houndstone, because its ability is Sand Rush, double speed in sand, and then Fluffy, not bad hidden ability, but best thing about this is it gets Last Respects. Power increases by 50 with each fainted party member, meaning it can go up to 300 base power with plus stab. And then you could also rock it like an item on this, like maybe even Choice Band. Put it in the sand, it would be insane. Good attack, good defense, good special defense. You'll definitely live some hits with this. Decent HP and okay speed, but yeah, this was banned strictly because like this move is so powerful. Yeah, crazy move, and I think this thing also gets play rough, so like even things that try to resist the ghost typing, like you can hit them. So Yep, that's it. And now I'm going to switch to the other part of me doing the outro. Normal Pokemon and Paldea. Very cool Pokemon, very cool abilities and stuff. Next video, I'm going to go over the legendaries and the paradox forms. So make sure that you stick around for that. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!